Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Beth, this is Apollo, and we travel full-time in my van together. I'm excited that you guys have joined us for today's episode because we have some really cool stuff happening. Last week I was in Nevada visiting my parents and I was getting over being sick. If you missed that video, make sure you check it out because I visited some really cool hot springs on the way down from Oregon to Nevada, and I am luckily finally well, but it took me the whole time of being at my parents to finally get well. I'm so thankful I'm not blowing my nose and coughing all night anymore. It was really good to see my dad and mom and visit with both of them. And of course, my mom spoiled me with all the food and all the laundry and all the hot showers. It was amazing. But we are ready to be back on the road. And today, Jason is showing me this place called the Alvord Desert. It's in Oregon and I've never been there before. We're gonna stop in Fields because apparently there's like this really great burger and milkshake, and he knows I love ice cream. So we're gonna grab that for lunch, go visit some really cool hot springs I've never been to, and then go mess around and play in the desert. So I feel like this is going to be a good day. All right, I am ready to head out if you're ready to go.
I am ready. Let's go.
Let's do it. We stopped at this little spot off of the highway last night that actually ended up being a really nice little overnight. So I marked this in my app because if I'm ever doing the drive from Oregon to Nevada, I really liked this little spot. You're kind of hidden and tucked away from the main highway. The hot springs that we're going to be going to are actually on private land, so it's somewhere that you have to pay. I looked online, it said to bring cash. It's anywhere from $8 to $20 a person, so I'm not quite sure what it's going to be, but I grabbed some in case. And it isn't a pool, like a man-made pool, but it still looks really beautiful, and so I love hot springs, and I'm like, you know, I'm driving right by it, why not try this? And the last hot springs experience was great, except I ended up itching all over because apparently there were mites in there. That's what people were saying, that there were mites. I had like bumps in my armpit area. It was so bad. Me and Jason both were itching and we're like, something is seriously wrong. And both of us ended up like all these little red bumps in our armpits, nowhere else, just around the armpit area. And so apparently we were told by somebody that was there that it was red mites. I don't know if that's really true or not, but apparently you can get mites, also known as chiggers, in some parts of Oregon. ChatGPT didn't seem to think that's what it was, but you know, it also lies. So who knows? We'll see.
So are you excited to try a world famous Fields milkshake?
Yes, because I never say no to ice cream, but the biggest question is, what are the flavors there?
Well, I can't tell you all of them. They've actually got quite a few. They have a board usually outside that has all the different flavors that you can pick from.
Yay, I'm so excited. Okay, I do hope that there's like huckleberry, some kind of berry. I usually go for strawberry, but if I'm in a different state, I always choose a fun berry. Nothing better than a day of sunshine and knowing you're getting a homemade milkshake soon. Doesn't get better than that. Well, we just made it to Fields, Oregon, and we are approaching this world famous, according to Jason, milkshake place, and I'm very excited to try it. So this is the world famous milkshake place, right?
This is the world famous milkshake.
So this is the world famous milkshake place, huh?
This is the world famous milkshake place, and it looks nice because it doesn't look like there's a ton of people. In the summer, it can be extremely busy here. So
he says it's extremely busy in the summer. You said that there's lion out the door?
There's oftentimes lions out the door in the summertime here.
We shall see. Well, they have the old-fashioned gas pumps. That's cute. Can you really get gas here still?
Yeah.
They have marshmallow milkshakes. What in the world? This is amazing. Butterfinger, Kit Kat. So are we gonna share a cheeseburger, something like that?
Yeah, double bacon cheeseburger.
I'll give you my bacon. I don't do, that's a double? What?
Yeah.
That's a lot of burger.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know. Well, you might be asking yourself why I don't have a milkshake in my hand right now. No, they were not closed. I was in the middle of filming the chalkboard where it was showing the menu, and the door opens and a lady pops her head out and says, "Can I help you guys? Can I ask what you're filming right now?" And we both looked at each other and we're like, you know, we're just filming for our YouTube channels. And she's like, well, I need to tell you, you need to stop filming right now. This is private property and I don't allow any filming here. She said, you have to have permission. And so I'm like, oh, who could we ask for permission? And she's like, the owners. It's myself and my husband, and he's not here right now. We make those decisions together. So I'm like, okay, well, we'll just, put our cameras away. But the way she handled it was so incredibly rude that both of us were like, we're just leaving right now. Like, we didn't even want to stay and get milkshakes and burgers because, I always ask people when they're on camera, do you mind if I film? This is for my channel. We weren't even filming a person. Like, we hadn't even gone inside yet. And even if she didn't want us filming there, it's just the way that she spoke, how rude it came across. And I'm like, okay, this is a restaurant. Wouldn't you want your business highlighted? Like, nobody's even here on a Monday. So it wasn't like we're putting random people on film or anything. But yeah, so I didn't get my ice cream, and I really wanted a blackberry milkshake. Like, that's kind of what I was going towards. But I just, like, I don't know. I understand, but it also, how it was handled was, I think, not the best way. So I don't think I'm ever going back there again. Even if they do have great milkshakes, not worth it to me. This right out the front is the Alvord. It's pretty awesome. It is a dry lake bed area. And then up over here you have the beautiful mountain with snow in front of you. But this has been 10 miles of a gravel road. The road is well maintained, but it is gravel, so you're gonna get a lot of dust, and you just take it at your own pace. I love that mountain up there with the snowy cap peak. It's absolutely stunning. And then down over here you have the Alvord Desert. Like, look how cool that is. Only 1.8 miles to go, thankfully. When you've been on a gravel road for 10 miles, you are ready to be done. It might be a little hard to tell, but I'm actually surprised how much water is out on the Alvord Desert. Jason was just radioing me to let me know that the access point he usually takes is that Frog Creek area. And there just was so much water on it that he was a little bit worried about our vehicles getting across. So I'm not sure if that's how we're going to access the desert or if we're going to have to access it from a different point. All right, well, we just got here. There are some rigs. There's not a ton, but we will come see what's going on here. You can definitely tell that everybody that's come down this way has gone through the same dusty gravel road we have because their vehicles are all a mess, same as ours. A little dusty, but let's pull in, go check in at the front office and see what's going on. Let's talk to the guy in the front office, and I'm kind of confused. I don't know if it's $25 a person or $25 total, but he told us to just go down and soak, and then when we're done to come back up and pay. So that's what I'm doing. I just got my suit on, and I'm gonna go down there and soak for a bit, and we will see.
Can Ben hang out with Apollo while we're in?
Yeah, totally. Yep, bring him on over.
Okay.
Ben, are you gonna come hang out with Apollo? Oh, you guys gonna have so much fun together. Yes, you are.
He's like, where is he?
Yeah, where is Apollo's up here on the sink? Do you not see he's on the sink? Okay, we're gonna go soak for a little bit. Yeah, okay, there's the batting. We're gonna go soak. Are you guys gonna be good?
We'll start calling you Apollo Creed.
What does that even mean?
Oh, you don't know what Apollo Creed is?
No.
Okay, ask your subscribers who Apollo Creed is.
Is that a generational thing?
I mean, it's a movie there's a very famous movie that has an actor in it whose name is Apollo Creed.
Okay, all right. So it's out here in the middle of the desert. It's pretty cool. It's fun, a little tin house just out in the middle of the desert like that, all by itself. Oh, is this all to ourselves? What?
There's springs in the building, and then there's outside.
Okay. inside and outside. Well, that's cool. Let's check it out. Let's see. We are so lucky because nobody is in here right now. These are the inside of the building. And then you have this spot in here where you can change, leave your towels and all your stuff. And then this is the outdoor area. We really lucked out getting this all to ourselves.
There's a talking car that looked like that.
This is very
Yeah, hopefully we don't get attacked by bugs and end up with welts on our arms. Are they still?
So something that I didn't share in my last video, but Jason and I went to different hot springs. The last video that you guys saw where we were on the Oregon-Nevada border at some hot springs in Nevada, and we ended up getting bit by what people told us were red mites and had bumps all under our armpits. Are you brave enough to show your armpit to the public? Let's see.
I don't think the public wants to see my armpit.
Hold on. Yeah, look at all the red bumps that he has. That's scary. I'm sorry. Is it itchy? Here's the spring.
Oh, that is hot coming in here. Boy, feel
Is
that.
it?
That is super hot.
It looks hot. You can see the seam. Oh yeah, it feels good though, like in a good hot way. Okay, this turned out to be pretty nice. Even though we didn't get milkshakes, this definitely made up for it, I think.
Yeah,
having
no, this part's nice.
Having this to ourselves.
Yeah.
And enjoying it, and a very nice person inside, right? The manager here was extremely kind.
He was very nice, the guy inside, and then somebody walked by us who I also think works here, and they were very smiley and happy to see us, so
yeah,
that definitely more inviting.
Yeah, for sure. We are actually going to camp right across the street. It is paid camping over here, but it's a little bit more private and more space for Ben. Well, hi. Are you excited to go tomorrow? We're going to go out on the Alvord tomorrow. Maybe do some donuts out there and have some fun. It's going to be amazing. It was amazing getting to soak at those hot springs. It felt relaxing. I can say I do not feel itchy, so I'm very happy about that. So hopefully no random bumps show up tomorrow. But we camped across the street, got settled in a little spot here so we can actually go soak tomorrow morning early, and then we're gonna hike up because there's a really cool old mine, and then we're gonna go explore the Alvord Desert. And my van has to get across the mud and a lot of desert alkali stuff, so we're gonna see if it can make it across or not, but I'm determined to get out there because it's gonna be an amazing experience. But thank you so much for watching. If you haven't subscribed, click on that button, click on the bell to get notified. My videos drop Monday and Thursday. Catch next Thursday's video when I'm out on the Alvord Desert for the very first time. I'm so excited. Until the next adventure, I'll see you then.